Hey everybody, welcome back to the kitchen. It is Monday. We've got a few people here watching. Welcome. Sunny day. We're gonna do a quick, easy dinner today again. Thanks for joining in. Another dinner party. This is number, I think, I have to double check this. Christine will probably correct me. 47, I think, number 47. So I'll double check. If it's going to be close to 50, it will be, I think, 50 on Friday. That's what Christine pointed out. So welcome. We're going to be doing pesto. Sorry, not pesto. I'm looking at basil right here on my counter. But no, we're going to be doing an orzo salad. Orzo salad with roasted cauliflower and peppers. And going to toss it up nice summer. This is a good summer kind of light salad. A couple people visiting again. Tyra's Big World of Flavor, welcome. And why not? Welcome. I think this is your first time here, so thanks for joining us. Basically, what we do in this channel is we will cook dinner together, have a bit of a virtual dinner party. Hopefully, you can learn a few things. I don't know if anybody is following along today, but if anybody is following along, let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure that we can pace ourselves so I'm not maybe going too fast. If you're not following along, if you want to try this recipe later on, all the ingredients and all the recipe description is down below, so you can put the video on again, follow along, and skip ahead to different parts if you're looking to cook. So, and Sam's here. Welcome. And Freddie got furloughed. So Freddie just posted, he's got a new channel. He just posted another video today, Maplewood Flats. I already watched that, so very cool. Welcome, let's get started. So for this one, we're gonna be cooking, I'm in love with orzo lately. It cooks so easy. It's so quick. And it makes a great salad. So what we're gonna do is a salad with that. And so I've got some water heating up in the pot here because we're gonna boil the pasta, and I've got the oven preheating for the vegetables already before the show here, 425. So we'll start cutting up the vegetables, we'll get the pasta cooked, and then we'll get all the salad together and make the dressing. This one's gonna have like a vinaigrette style dressing. Super simple, and there we go. Let's get started. If you have questions on the way as we go along the way, just let me know in the comments, and then we'll grab them and we'll try to answer them. And happy Monday, Sam. Welcome back. Yeah. So we've got let's do here. Happy Monday. I know. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. We did. We went to Banff for the weekend, and Freddie doesn't have all the ingredients. So see how it turns out. This is a really good one. We made this actually, Freddie, the other night, and it was actually so good. I thought I'm going to make this for the show and show everybody. So it was just kind of an experiment that we started. So in the roasted vegetables, we're going to have I've got some cauliflower. We're going to cut up this. A couple of peppers go in there as well. We're going to use a red pepper and a orange pepper, but you could use yellow pepper, green pepper, up to you. If you don't like peppers, don't put peppers in. You could either do some other vegetables. For this one would be good, would be maybe roasting off zucchini. You could roast off an eggplant. You could, it's kind of the sky's the limit. You could even put broccoli in there. I know Nadia is watching. She likes broccoli. You could roast off some broccoli in this one too. And then we're also going to put an onion. We're going to put an onion in there to roast off with the vegetables as well, which gives it a nice kind of sweet flavor. We're going to use yellow onion, but you could definitely use like a white onion, or what would be really good is if you had a purple, like a red onion would be great. And Mom's here. I'll say hi before I forget. Hi, Mom. And oh yeah, Nadia. So Nadia was going to follow along today too, but she's not feeling well. So hopefully she starts to feel better and can follow along the next one, or even make this later. So basically what we're going to do is, for the vegetables, we're going to cut them up and roast them off. So for all those, we want kind of not huge chunks of vegetables. So let me do a couple of pieces of the cauliflower here to give you an idea of the size that we're going to be roasting off, because we're going to be having this as a salad. We want to be able to eat this with our fork pretty easily. So what we kind of want is the small floret sizes. And we're using about a half of for this recipe, we're using about half of the cauliflower. And this will serve a good two size portions for us tonight. Then we actually will have some left over. So it gives you quite a bit in the salad here. You can adjust that higher, more or less for what you want to make. Just kind of doing a basic. Enough here would give it a nice, as kind of almost the meal-sized salad for tonight, and a little bit left over for tomorrow. But this would be also good as just a side as well. If you have if you're cooking something on the barbecue, or going to if you are going to like a barbecue and you all have to bring something along, this would be the perfect recipe to bring something along, because people are going to love this. So there we go. So cauliflower florets, and then we'll get the peppers in there as well. We're going to keep the peppers fairly chunky as well, and then we'll roast everything together. So the peppers, let's see, maybe a bit more space here so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Just going to take the seeds out. The peppers. And cutting them into each half into about 4, and then into nice, just to squares, like so. So all the peppers you always want kind of everything about the same size. So nice squares, and then mix that in with the cauliflower. And we'll get them all chopped up. And then by the time we have all the vegetables prepared, the oven should be heated up enough to put them in the oven to roast off. Now this salad is kind of served, it's not I mean, you can serve it definitely cold, but we'll have it tonight. We'll serve it a little bit, it'll be a little bit warm as we have it, and then it's fine in the fridge. So if you were going to a barbecue or making it ahead of time, you could definitely put it in the fridge. But it's nice when everything is kind of fresh and a little bit warm with all the vegetables. So that's what we'll do. In there as well, I do have one. I'm going to put some garlic into the dressing as well, but I do like to chop up one of the garlic into the vegetables that we're going to roast off as well. So I'm just going to peel that and get that in there, and just chopped up. That'll give it some nice flavor. And then the last piece in there is the onion. So again, the same size. We're going to take off the skin. So what is everybody having for dinner tonight? If let me know, or did you have anything really good on the weekend that you want to share? Just let me know. This is a nice summer salad for sure. So with the onion, cut in half, and then again, kind of chunks. So probably into about 5 pieces, and then diced into larger size chunks. These are gonna roast off, so they'll get a bit sweeter. You don't have to worry about having big pieces of onion. So I'll show you as they break apart here. Good sized chunks of onion. And then into the roughly about a tablespoon of olive oil. And then a little bit of cracked pepper. And then I've got here, these are just some dry herbs. This is like an Italian blend of herbs. So there's some basil, oregano, a little bit of rosemary, sage in there. So just kind of an Italian blend of herbs. And it's dry. We had it in the cupboard, so I figured we'd use it up. And then just give that a toss to get all the oil mixed, all the vegetables mixed, and that's it ready to go onto the tray. So we'll just have the tray ready to go. The oven's almost heated up, so we'll just stretch that onto the tray. And we're going to use this bowl again, so don't worry about washing it out. We're going to use that to make, we'll make the dressing right into the bowl. So there we go. Veggies ready to go in the oven. They'll probably take 10-15 minutes. We're going to just roast them off until they're nice. They're nice when the cauliflower is still a little bit crunchy, but has a little bit of color on it. So a little bit of caramelized kind of color is always good. Oh, Dean's doing a cook along with, oh, okay. Learning. And Sam, oh, spaghetti, yeah, spaghetti's good. Haven't had spaghetti in a long time. You're making it with, what kind of sauce, Sam? That sounds good. I like just tomato sauce with spaghetti. And chicken curry last night. That's awesome, Freddie. Did you make it in the instant? Did you make your curry in the Instant Pot, or did you have it with just the regular oven? And I guess you could put kale in this, Christine. I guess, but we're not. It's you wouldn't want to roast the kale if you were going to put that in there, but you could chop. You'd have to chop it up really fine so it doesn't resemble kale, and I would still eat it. We're going to we've got the orzo here. The water is almost boiling, so I've got about half. This is the regular bag of orzo that you buy in the store, 900 grams. We use about half and half, so this is just about 2 cups of orzo, give or take. We're going to cook the rest of the bag off for pasta. Oh, and Andel, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. We're doing orzo pasta, vegetarian orzo pasta salad tonight. So welcome. And Mom, the oven is at 425, so quite hot. And it's going to take about 15 minutes to roast, give or take. We'll keep an eye on things. So let's make the dressing. We're just going to kind of do this is just kind of a basic vinaigrette style dressing that we're gonna use. So for the base of this, so Freddie, you don't have your Instant Pot yet. I see. You're gonna wait. So part of the dressing we're gonna put in here is I made tried a little sample to try and make Dijon mustard from scratch last week, and it's ready to go. So I'm putting in about a teaspoon of Dijon mustard in the dressing. The mustard actually turned out pretty good, so I might pick up some more mustard seeds and do a recipe. So about a teaspoon in the bottom there. One thing I've noticed about the homemade Dijon, it's got a bit more of a bite than the store-bought stuff, but still good. So teaspoon of Dijon, and then we'll put we've got lemon, so we're going to use lemon juice. But I want to, as always, we'll use the zest, right? We're going to use the microplane to get all the lemon zest in there. And you're going to need about 1 or 2 lemons. And the lemons we ended up with this batch are really juicy, so I'm just going to use 1. But if you're depending on your lemon, you might want to have a little bit more lemon juice in there. But these ones are pretty juicy, So zest, and then we'll squeeze the juice. And yeah, Sam. So the plan definitely is is to post the mustard. Part of it was I'd never made it before, so it was kind of a test run. To see how it would actually turn out, and it turned out pretty good. So I'll do a recipe. It'll be better. We can't really do it on a live because it's kind of a long process. So what I'll do is I'll make it next time I make it. I'll record it and put it on the channel, so you can watch it that way. Because you have to let it sit for a while, and I don't think we would really want to do a live stream for overnight. So strain out those. A couple of seeds got in there from the lemon. There we are. and my water is boiling, so we'll get the pasta in while we're sitting here. I've got the pasta just next door to us here. So that just started to boil. So I'm going to put the orzo in, give it a stir, and then we'll keep an eye on it. Orzo doesn't take too long, probably about 6 or 7 minutes. It's pretty small shaped pasta, so you have to just keep an eye on it. You don't want to overcook it. It's kind of right. It's like the size of rice, so it doesn't. That's why it's kind of nice to cook for these salads and for dinner, because it cooks quite fast. So we'll just leave that on the side there, and I'll keep an eye on it. We'll finish the dressing. And let's just see here. Oh, so made mayo. Yeah. So the mustard is literally as easy as, it's easier than making mayonnaise, because mayonnaise you got to worry about splitting it. So yeah, way easier. So lemon juice in there. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon. This is white wine vinegar. You could add balsamic vinegar, would be nice in here as well. If you don't have wine vinegar, you could get by with a touch of white vinegar, but there's also enough acidity in the lemon, so that's okay too. This is honey, about a tablespoon, give or take. And then I am going to put the garlic in there as well. And for the garlic, you can use the micro plane as well, just to mince the garlic up. Like so. And that's the garlic in there. Just 1 clove is enough. If you like it really garlicky, you could always add a bit more, and a little bit of pepper. There we are. So you just want to whisk that together. And then all we have to do now is add the olive oil to make the rest of the dressing for the vinaigrette. Let's check the pasta. Still needs a while. And I'll do if everybody seems really keen on the mustard, so we'll get one of those videos together for sure. So, and Mike's here. Hello, Mike. Welcome. And for dressing, just extra virgin olive oil. I want to say it's going to work out to roughly half a cup. And just drizzle it in, whisk it together. And vinaigrette is just going to be just like that. And that's our dressing. At the end, what we'll do is we'll set this to the side. At the end, we'll give it another quick whisk just to bring it back together again, and then we'll add all the ingredients in together to mix it up into the salad before we. Then we'll finish it off with the garnish of the pine nuts and the basil, and a little bit of fresh grated Parmesan cheese on top at the very last minute. So there we go. If anybody has questions, just let me know. Let me know. Yeah, thumbs up for the mustard video. Yeah, thanks. Okay. We'll do the mustard video then, for sure. As part of this, I had some pine nuts, and they do take a little bit of time to toast. So I actually had them toasting. Oops, if you can see, I don't know if you can see. Let me put them on my hand. I just toasted some pine nuts just before the show, just because I didn't want to. They have to cool off. I don't want them too hot. So I had those toasting. I just did them in the cast iron pan on like a medium heat. Just threw them in the pan and just kind of kept an eye on them to get a little toasty color. Here, let's see if I can just a nice toasty color, and they're just cooling off on the stove. So they were done ahead of time. You can sometimes buy, I find pine nuts, I've seen them both. Mostly they've seen them that come not toasted. But I'm pretty sure you can buy them toasted as well. But it doesn't. It only takes a few minutes for that to toast. So here we go. We'll just tidy everything kind of up, and we're just kind of waiting at this point for everything. Let's see the pasta here. Let's move this over, so I'm not out of the camera. So pasta is boiling here. It probably needs about 4 minutes or so. Just you can kind of feel it as you go here, but it's going to need, yeah, it's probably about 4 minutes left. You want to stir orzo quite a bit because it has a tendency to stick together or stick on the bottom of your pot. So we got to make sure it's a good rolling boil. But it tends to stick together, so just be careful with it. Now with this, if you don't have orzo, sometimes in the store you can't find it. It's usually, if you're looking for it, it's usually on the bottom shelf, way at the bottom, because a lot of people don't buy it. If you don't have orzo, or you can't find orzo, I've been to the store sometimes and it's been sold out. You can really use any type of pasta for this. Ideally, smaller ones would work better. So if you got like a macaroni, would be good. Some of the smaller fusilli, little spiral sizes would be nice as well. But you want to keep it on the smaller side, just because it's kind of nice, just with the way this dressing goes and with the vegetables. A smaller sized pasta. Yeah. So Sam, we just have a little bit. We had some left over from when we made the pesto pasta on the channel. So I bought a little bag, and yeah, I don't remember, like we bought, I got rid of the little bag, but it was like a tiny little bag that they sold, and it was like, yeah, over $10, probably like around $10, $9. They're not cheap, but you don't need a lot of them. They're just kind of mostly for a garnish. Another things, if you don't, I mean, I don't really know many people that don't like pine nuts, but if you're allergic to, I mean, they're not really a nut, but if you don't want to eat them, you can omit them. If you can't find them, I'm just going to try the pasta here. And it's almost ready, about a minute left. If you can't find pine nuts, you could replace them. Walnuts would be nice. Toasted some walnuts on this salad. Some crushed up walnuts would be really nice. You could even put maybe, anything really. Cashews would be good, just as nuts. Or even if you just had peanuts, you could probably put some peanuts in there too. They'd be okay. I think walnuts would be the second best of my choice in the pasta. Let's just check the roasted vegetables and give them a quick toss to see how they're doing here. Let's just show you that there. So it's about halfway. My glasses are fogged, so that's a good sign. I'm just going to give them a quick toss, just so everything gets covered and coated. And these are almost ready. So as soon as the pasta's done, they'll be ready to kind of take this stuff out of the oven. Oh, there we go. So good tips. Pistachios, yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, pistachios would be good. Yeah, any kind of nut. So this is ready. And the pasta, so I'm just going to strain it off, and I'm going to cool it off. So you'll want to run some cool water over this, just to stop the cooking, because we're going to be having it as a cold, warm salad. We don't want it too hot. So we just want to cool that off, and I find it just takes a couple seconds, just to run, put it back into the pot. So I've just got the pot rinsing here, put it back in the pot, run some cold water on top, and once the pot is full again, it should be enough to kind of cool it off. We basically just want to, we don't need to have it cold, but we really want to just stop the cooking. That's kind of the most important thing. So there we go. And I'm just gonna drain. And then what I'll do is I'm just gonna have that to drain. You can see there. We're just gonna drain just let it drain really well as we go here. And once that sits for a minute, it will be ready to go. And hazelnut. Oh yeah, there we go, Sam. Hazelnuts. Hazelnuts. We use walnuts a lot in our recipes, Sam. Just because it's always a good deal to buy the big. We always buy like the big bag of walnuts. I even have it like in my breakfast. I'll put it in my oatmeal or my muesli. So. And I haven't. So the good thing for pesto too. You could put them in regularly in pesto, or you can roast them ahead of time. Good idea. So our dressing, quick mix, and then the orzo into the dressing. We'll give it a stir, and the oil will help it from not sticking together. So there we go. Just let that sit. We'll get the rest of the salad ready as the stuff is roasting. Let's just check we'll get the basil. So this is just fresh basil. So I think a few people are growing basil in their garden. This is the perfect use to use up some of your basil. And we want to just take the leaves off. We're going to give this a good chop. And as soon as we cut this, it's going to start to smell really good. And chopped up. And then we'll add that into our salad. There we go. So that's all the cutting. We can get rid of the cutting board. Christine, good question. You can roast them. I've deep fried them before. If you can roast them. You want them in a really hot oven, but they're tasty roasted actually. And if you have an air fryer, try them in the air fryer. They kind of like the buds of the capers, they'll open up, and they actually make a really good garnish on salads. They would be actually really good on here afterwards if they were toasted instead of pine nuts or with pine nuts. And yeah, so Jason, so we buy like the big giant bags of walnuts at the store in there. There we go. Okay, let's take the roasted vegetables out of the oven and we'll take a look. Let's turn on this one so you can see them when they come out of the oven. Now you can probably hear them sizzling. Hopefully you can hear them sizzling. So there we go. Those are nice and roasted. We're just going to let them cool off on the tray here for a minute, just before we add them to the salad. Don't want to add them right hot. So just maybe cool for a couple minutes. On the counter, this is like a marble counter, so it's nice and cold. That's why I put the whole tray on, because it kind of cools the whole tray off. If your place is really hot, inside your kitchen, you could always put them, just transfer them into, take them out of the frying pan and put it into a separate bowl. But it works okay with this, or just put a towel down to so it doesn't burn your countertop. But we're almost ready to mix it all together to finish. I'll get the cheese out of the fridge. All right. Okay. So we just want to scrape all of that, all the vegetables, all the, if there's any some of there'll be some, use a little bit of liquid on the pan, scrape everything in to the salad, because any of that liquid is flavor. And make sure you get all the bits. There we go, like so. And all we want to do is give that just a quick toss. And that's our roasted cauliflower, peppers, and orzo salad with basil lemon vinaigrette, and we're gonna garnish that on top with some capers. So, not capers. Oh, I got capers in my head now. Pine nuts and Parmesan cheese. Christine, you threw me off with your capers. We can we'll give it a little taste. It might need a little bit. Sometimes it will need a little bit of seasoning in there. We didn't put any salt in. I find if you're adding the Parmesan cheese, it's going to add enough salt for, there's obviously salt in cheese. That's always kind of good for us, but if you're making it at home and you want to add a touch of salt, you could, or if your want is put a bit of salt in the water, cook the pasta, it should be more than enough. But we're going to omit that. Lots of pepper in there. We've got the herbs, we've got the vinaigrette, everything nice and fresh. Nice fresh summer salad. So let's get this plated up, and then we'll garnish it with our Parmesan cheese, and we'll do a taste test. All right. And I'm actually kind of thinking about the capers. That sounds actually really good. So that was a good call, Christine, with that. Yeah. Let's scoop this into a bowl. So we're just going to have this one as a main salad. So we're basically just going to scoop it. And it's still warm. It's not hot, but it's still warm. So that's kind of the ideal way to serve it, like a warmed salad. And we'll grate a little bit of cheese on top. I like to use, for the grate on this one, I use the bigger regular grater, just because it gives it nice kind of sized pieces on top, like so. And some pine nuts. So grab the pine nuts, and then we'll give it a taste. And then optional, pine nuts on top. There we are. Not a bad quick and easy summer salad. Let's give it here, I'll put it a bit closer so everybody can kind of see. Simple. And that, so from start to finish on that one was, about half an hour. So not bad for time-wise. Not very many dishes, which is good as well. And smells good with the cheese and the basil. Let's give this a taste. I know what it's going to taste like because I had it the other day, and it's really good. That's why we're making it again. And we actually, just as we were having it the first time, we thought, yeah, let's make this again. So yeah, it does look good. Nice vegetarian meal. I have a hard time showing the camera. There we go. Let's give it a taste. Nice and fresh tasting. The lemon, making sure when you're putting the lemon in there, you're squeezing the lemon juice, but make sure you're getting the zest of the lemon in there. The lemon really brings out having that zest. I'm going to put a bit more pepper on mine. I like fresh cracked pepper. The zest really brings that lemon flavor out, and it's more of a, like, when you have the zest in there, it's more of a like fragrant lemon as opposed to like a tart lemon. So you're gonna have that from the juice in there, but it's a nice lemon, and you can smell the lemon. And the cauliflower that is in there, it's all roasted off, so the peppers are roasted, and the cauliflower, but the cauliflower still got a bit of a crunch to it. You don't want to overdo and make the vegetables really mushy. You still want to have a bit of a crunch, and you could most definitely throw in some broccoli in there and roast it off at the same time, for sure. If you like broccoli, if you don't like cauliflower, put some broccoli in there. That'd be good. And kale, as long as the kale's chopped up, Christine, really small, as like the size of the basil. There we go. Nice little fresh dinner. I like cooking these quick. Well, all the stuff we did on the channel was really quick, but I like these ones for the summer because it's getting warm out. Although we have another storm coming tonight, but it's getting hot during the day, so it's kind of nice to have just a light salad for dinner. We're gonna have this just this is our main dinner, but if you want to serve it as a side, it would be great with some grilled salmon on the barbecue. If you had any kind of fish, really. If you happen to get any kind of halibut or something baked off, would be really nice on there. I think grilled salmon would be really good. Small pieces of grilled chicken, or if you did want to have a steak on the side, would be good as well on there. So really versatile salad. And the best part is we've got enough here for dinner tonight, and there'll be enough for to pack in a lunch tomorrow. No, here we go. Not a snowstorm. It's we're under a thunderstorm watch tonight, Christine. So we're due for maybe some rain and hail. Although you wouldn't know because it's beautiful outside right now. And we did go for a little hike and a drive today into Kananaskis to check out a waterfall. And now we're supposed to have rain tonight. So the mornings are great, the afternoons are great, but then I guess at nighttime it gets a bit stormy maybe, but no snow. And then that was it. And that'd be really good with some garlic toast. This would be really good with some garlic toast on the side. You have a piece of garlic bread, just this salad, and you're done. That's all you need. If you had some stuff like to put inside, like other vegetables, like I said, zucchini would be good in there. If you had eggplant and you like that, you could put that in there. Broccoli. If you had some leftover chicken from the night before and you wanted to cube it up and put it into the salad, have that on top as well. Good way to use up some of your leftovers is make something like this for the side and bulk up what you have left over. There we go. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Number 47. I think everybody here has hit the thumbs up. We've got 9 people watching and 10 thumbs up. So that's awesome. This was number 47. So the plan is to hit 50 at least here. That should be on Friday. So make sure you keep your schedule open. We'll do it at the same time. Everybody seems to be getting back to work, enjoying the summer. So we'll see if we'll carry on after 50 with doing it 3 days a week. We'll see. But I have started, like you've probably seen on the channel, doing some more recorded videos so people can watch them at different times. So that everybody's getting back to work, and it's not always a convenient time at 5 o'clock to come and watch me cook. But I appreciate everybody that is here watching and asking questions and hopefully learning a few things. And hopefully if you are at the store next time or doing your online order, check out the ingredients list on here and add that to your cart and give this one a try. Come back, follow the directions. Super simple, as you saw, and try it on your next barbecue and next dinner. There we go. We'll leave it at that. Thanks everybody for joining me. I'm going to eat. I'm going to give Jason his dinner, and then we'll probably go sit on the patio before the storm comes and we have to rush in and move all the plants in. So hopefully it's not too bad. Thanks everybody for joining me. We'll see you on Wednesday. I don't know what I'm cooking yet, but I will post it onto the channel and you will see it posted so you can set that reminder. So there we go. Thanks so much everybody, and don't forget, wash your hands.